Ladies and gentlemen, my name is TotalBiscuit. I'm here to ask and answer one simple question. WTF is Retro City Rampage? This game has been in development since the dawn of time, and that is scientific and you can't argue with science, bitches. This is in fact a game that started off as a demake. A demake of Grand Theft Auto. What's a demake? It's when you take an existing game and you make a simpler version of it. More often than not, you utilize maybe 16-bit or 8-bit stylings to make that happen. I showed you one, I think, called by the name of Team Fortress Arcade, which I think was in either 8-bit or 16-bit style. I can't really remember which. There's a Left 4 Dead one. There's a number of different ones. Retro City Rampage is the first game, to my knowledge, that is a full-on commercial release, which was based on a demake. So that in itself makes it a very interesting prospect. However, it also presents a very set of unique challenges, not only to me, as the person who is trying to critique something which is deliberately based back in the mists of time 20 plus years ago, and as such may have many foibles and problems that are deliberately placed within the game for authenticity's sake. That was a long run-on sentence, but there was also the problem of suggesting, well, is anyone actually going to pay money for a demake? Because up to this point, demakes have basically been free. So this is a curious project. Very curious. Okay. I want to show you something before we start off, because this is so cool. There's a TV simulation mode. Behold! A wide variety of different televisions. Scan lines can be put on. I like this one particularly. The funny thing is, this actually goes into... Look at that. How cool is that? How cool is that? That's brilliant. I love it. Bit Trip. There's actually a Bit Trip one for whatever reason. I like the arcade cabinet. I think that one's the best because it actually has useful information. As you can see, some of these are pretty cool, but laser tube, God. Let's stick with arcade cabinet. You can even change things around. Burst processor, Ataro Vision. Oh, wow. PC DOS EGA settings. Man, this entire thing is just absolutely ridiculous. And I do mean... Ooh, wow, that's Virtual Boy. There you go. Absolutely ridiculous set of nostalgia-inducing settings here for whatever reason. Alright. Okay, so let's actually play the game. Because, yeah, that's all very nice. That's all wonderful, isn't it? Yes, but is the game any good? Let's find out. So, there's a free roaming mode, arcade challenges, and story mode. We're going to do a little bit of story, I think, and then we'll see what's going on. 62 stages in total, as well as slaughter sprees, second-rate sprees, and a wide variety of other things. I think that might be a Nintendo Blaster that's in his hands there by the looks of it. That scares me very much so. Alright, this is Theftopolis City, ladies and gentlemen. As you can see, 8-bit style across the board. Awful lot of detail put into it, though. There's no real question about that. So, this is all a bunch of cutscenes and things like that, so we could skip through it, but you'll note a number of really interesting references. Skate and Buy, for instance, that one right there. I believe I can actually go in there by the looks of it. Wow, can I actually buy a skateboard? No, I unlocked a new style, but I can't buy a skateboard, and that disappoints me greatly. Oh, well, never mind. So, I could go to the car, I could just wander around for no apparent reason and hijack cars and things like that. I think I can hijack this, there we go. So, I guess this car will work for the most part. This car is actually terrible, let's not even bother. So, you can definitely see why the whole Grand Theft Auto thing was made part of this game. I mean, it's based upon it. It's not even a case of making the Grand Theft Auto elements part of the game. They built the rest of the game on the Grand Theft Auto elements, the fact that it was very much a demake. Let's pick some high fashion hair. I believe I unlocked something. I probably don't even have any cash, do I? No, I don't. And that saddens me greatly. We cannot do anything of the like. Let's punch the guy with the guitar, because why not? Get back here. Did I? Wow, the guitar is a weapon. Okay, yeah, this is actually the mariachi you can see on the side there. I love it, I love it. It's very odd to make an open world game in an 8-bit style. That just doesn't make any bloody sense, really, when you think about it. There's just no rhyme or reason for doing it. And that's why I like the fact that it was done, because the guy who made this is clearly a bloody nutter. But it's nice, nonetheless. Steering, there are two different ways of doing it. You can either just have one where you press in the direction you want to go and it moves you in that direction, or you can have the whole accelerate and then steer left and right, which is the one I much prefer, honestly. And I've also completely missed where I'm supposed to be going. Let's get out of the way. You know, funnily enough, I find this more fun than Grand Theft Auto 4, but I think Grand Theft Auto 4 took itself far too seriously prior to the Ballad of Gay Tony at any rate, so... It does give me a vibe of the original Grand Theft Auto, certainly. Obviously, it doesn't play quite as well, but that's the deliberate choice. Oh man, if there was an 8-bit game like this, it would have been known as the greatest 8-bit game ever made. That's the funny thing about it. There's just so many features and so much functionality and mechanical depth within it that you wouldn't find in most 8-bit games. Saying that, though, in comparison to modern games, no, there isn't an awful lot of mechanical depth at all. It's fairly simplistic. A lot of style over substance here, I think. But this is the weird thing, as I mentioned earlier, about trying to even critique a game like this. It is one giant nostalgia piece. So, should you even be claiming, oh, well, the controls and the animations and the mechanics? No, you shouldn't, because they're deliberately like that. But then again, the other way to argue that, it's so difficult to make the distinction one way or the other. Oh, yes. I think we can tell what that is. Unbelievable. So many references anyway. Yeah, there's that weird distinction, isn't there? You can say, well, it's okay because it's deliberately designed that way. But then the other school of thought says, well, it doesn't matter because even if you are lampooning a game, it's still going to be a good game in the first place. So if it isn't, then it doesn't matter how much retro style you've got. You've still made a bad game. I don't think in this case that they have, though. This is not going very well. There's Mortal Kombat reference at the bottom. Alright, let's do a little arcade driving spree. The henchman has been blown up by a lot of explosive barrels and what appears to be some kind of warlock. Let's run them all down, because why not? Yeah, you can see the Grand Theft Auto vibe here without question. Spot the references. You should find quite a few. Uh-oh. I think I can actually go in this direction. Ooh, there is loot here, so let's reverse and try not to drive directly into the river. I guess I'm driving into the river. I kind of slipped in there. Congratulations, you lose. Yes, thank you very much. I think I actually lost 2 lives for that as well. How terrible. It's okay, I can just shove in more virtual coins, I guess. Down the escape pipe. Yeah, I think I can see where this is going. I mean, I'm definitely enjoying the ambience and all of the references and the nostalgia way more than I'm enjoying the actual game. It's not to say that the game is bad, but it is unquestionably simplistic with retro-inspired controls. What does that mean? The controls aren't very good. It's just... they are basic. Deliberately so. I want to run down the guy with the stupidest hair, if it's all possible. It makes me feel much better. Those flowers remind me of... wow, I think there's actually 2 references there. Those may be sunflowers from Sonic the Hedgehog, and I think there was some Mario World stuff in the background there as well. So, there you go. Oh, what a fest of nonsense. Okay, I think I need to make my way over there and hopefully not die, so... let's run down a few more fellows in the process, because why not? Yeah, new record of whatever the hell that is. You know what I really like? I'd like to see Angry Video Game Nerd do something on this game, because I think it would be a very curious, not only character study, but just really introspective rampage about this style of game. It's weird that this game even exists, you know, and I think it's good that it exists. I just don't necessarily know if the game itself is really worth paying for yet. For me, it's a nice little museum piece. It's a nice little parody. It's a throwback. Throwback is a great word. Let's use that one. It's a huge throwback, but I think maybe gaming throwbacks suffer significantly more than other forms of media. Like, if you create a television series in the style of a 70s TV show, or you play music in the style of a 70s rock band, that's kind of timeless. I don't necessarily think that this style of video game really is. Some people are probably going to disagree with me. There we go. Oh, wow. It has a cover system, so that, you know, that's really weird. If I recall correctly, didn't, oh, what was the name of it? I don't think it was Total Recall that had a cover system, but I think there were a couple of Terminator games maybe that had a cover system and things like that. Uh-oh. There we go. All sorted. I love the life bar at the top as well. That's fantastic. It's odd to throw that mechanic in, certainly. And to be so bloody cutscene heavy as well. You know, it's funny, we're gonna make a retro-style game, but my god, the cutscenes. So many cutscenes. Into the vault we go. I guess the game probably opens up pretty shortly. I think probably from watching 10 minutes of this, you've already figured out whether or not you actually want to play this. It's, do you want to revisit the days of yore? Reinterpreted in a modern style with 8-bit aesthetic, as well as some 8-bit game mechanics. Is that what you want to do? Is that something that you will enjoy? Because if it is, then you've probably already bought Retro City Rampage based on what I've shown you here. If it's not, you're probably going to have to watch a little bit more, and this is, I think, going to be a very divisive game as a direct result of that. It's going to be hard to justify, I suppose, paying money for a demake, even if it's got a ludicrous, absolutely ludicrous amount of work put into it. So much. I mean, this started off, as I said, as a GTA demake, and now it's this huge game after many years of development. And it's insane that they even made it. It's just, it's nuts. It's completely ridiculous. No, they are not. Is that a reference to Frogger? It could be. Yeah, this is actually a Frogger segment, I think. I'll be squished like a frog. Yes, okay, fair enough. Oh my god, there's so many references. Shoes from the Green Hills. You kidding me? Oh, wow. Okay. We're at supersonic speeds and body check bystanders. You know, I'd like to just keep doing that. Da-da-da! Yeah, there we go. Wonderful. Hit the crosswalk. Hopefully that'll... These guys are douchebags. Can we just blow them all up? Yes, I guess we can. There we go. Wonderful rocket launchers. Wow, okay. He ain't messing around. Ah, fools. Absolute fools. I also like the fact that we're referenced to as player. I don't know if I classify this as a storyline or just the inane ramblings of a single person obsessed with 8-bit gaming. That is also a possibility. Not that I necessarily think there's anything wrong with that. I think some people will maybe argue, we needed a game like this. Did we? I'm not entirely convinced by that. I like that it exists, I just don't think we needed it. There we go. It is a nice little diversion. And it's probably quite upsetting and insulting to say that, considering there's so much work being put into it. Oh dear. Yeah, things are going wrong. Go away. Yeah, there's no Contra style. Oh, actually, never mind, there is, isn't there? There's that lock-on mechanic. I was gonna say, no, there's no Contra way of... Oh, yes, there is. You've just got to lock onto them initially, so that's how it does it and allows you to actually move in the process. Quit dodging bullets, you're not Neo! Thank you. Sit down. Get your power-ups. Wow, $5,000? I cannot afford dem power-ups. I definitely use some more bullets. I am... what? Where are the hockey guys from? Wow, you know, I'll tell you what. I have a solution to this. Because I really, really want to know how many references there are in this particular video, I'm gonna put together a little contest. So, the person that is able to give me the most references first, let's just say in a 24-hour period, so 24 hours after this video comes out, the person that gives me the most references in the comments section, put the time codes in there as well so that we know where they actually are, we'll get a copy of Retro City Rampage for free. I will buy you a copy because I'm just so curious and I definitely cannot be asked under any circumstances to check it out for myself. It's cool though, isn't it? It's neat that this exists. This is something that I don't think is going to get repeated anytime soon. It is a complete and total throwback oddity. But it's still kind of awesome nonetheless, isn't it? I'm going to keep going because I'd actually like to save the game so that I can play it a little bit more later. And I'd also like to show you the free roaming mode just so I can give you a bit of a different impression of things. No. No. Really? Bill and Ted? Seriously? Okay, maybe it's not Bill and Ted. Maybe it's the TARDIS. No, I'm gonna go with... It's both. Let's be honest, it's both. It's bloody Bill and Ted and the TARDIS rolled into one. Most heinous. Yeah, that's Bill and Ted. Okay. Excellent. So incredibly, wonderfully excellent. Fast forward through this bit, and yep, that would be the... Yeah. Why am I I'm not surprised. No, I am not surprised at all. Back to the Future is in here now. Crazy nonsense is going on. Oh, wow. It is the most and least authentic retro game I have ever seen. Is that a compliment? It's a box quote. If it had a box. They need to release a box version. It's one of those giant-ass boxes. Put it on a sodding cartridge and actually make the cartridge a USB stick. That would be awesome. That would be absolutely wonderful. Wiley's Roadkill Grill. Really. And I guess I now have a rocket launcher. Cause why not? Might as well. Oh man, there is actually no 8-bit game that could have even handled all of this stuff. And it runs at a smooth 60 frames per second. But TotalBiscuit, what about the FOV? FOV is not relevant in a top-down game. Silly person. Silly person! I have 360-degree FOV. Well, Retro City Rampage, ladies and gentlemen. I really don't know what to make of this. This is uncritiquable one way or the other, and it doesn't mean it's good or bad, it's just, it's so strange that it even exists that it's really hard to even say anything about it. But I have shown you the ways of Retro City Rampage to a greater or lesser Did it just kill me with a... Oh, naturally, of course, but why... I don't even know why I'm questioning it, or why I'm even surprised. Honestly, I'm not. I'm incapable of being surprised by this game any longer, so I claim. Although that's clearly not going to be the case at all, is it? No, no. Well, it's a thoroughly unique title, ladies and gentlemen. The price is on the screen right now. Is the price right for you? In that case, you can pick it up both on, I believe it's PlayStation 3, 360, and on PC as well. It has Steam achievements. How wonderful. You're not going to be seeing its like again, I don't think. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. I have yet to figure this out one way or the other, but I'm glad this exists. I guess someone had to make it. Might as well have been these guys, right? Retro City Rampage. A fun bit of 8-bit nostalgia, if that's your thing. My name has been TotalBiscuit, and I shall see you next time.